Here's another video that we could use for coming up with some of the special effects we're trying to achieve for that task 3, where you'll be creating an image with all sorts of special effects, hopefully. So let's look at some of the things we could do here with this image. Now this one here, I've got two images. I've got this one that's it's roughly I'll make it 2000 pixels wide, and I'll just go Control 0 to fill it into the screen. And I've got another image here that I think is quite a lot larger. This is one of the ones that you would have had made available, so it's about 5000 odd. I'll just change that to 2000 pixels too. And again, when I do that, I'll go Control 0 to fill the screen. Okay, now this first one, I'm going to duplicate the layer, so that's Control J or Command J on a Mac, or right clicking on it, or dragging the over the icon to create a new layer. And we're going to invert this then, so Control I or Command I if you're on a Mac, or if you want to go up to the edit menu here, and where are we? Image menu, I beg your pardon, adjustments, invert, Control I. And that immediately creates an effect here. And what we might do though is I might convert this to a smart object. And now when we go up to the filter gallery, again, any of the filters we put on here we can modify afterwards. Now this one here is quite attractive. I think we might stick with that. I'll just reduce that a bit so you can see better, smaller size. That's a crosshatch, and I've got the stroke length of 12, sharpness of 6, and a strength of 2. I'll OK that. And now what I want to do is I want to apply this to another image. So I'm going to apply it to the one of the eagle. So if I pull this image off the dock, and I'll just make it a little bit smaller so I can see clearer what's going on, and I'll move it off to the side a little bit. Now I want to drag that new layer I've just created over the top of this one. So if I just drag that layer over there, I could have done it by actually dragging the image part too, but it's easier dragging the layer. And I'll just minimize this one I had with the leaves, and now with this one I'll just move this into position, and that should fill the frame nicely. Now I'm going to change, I'll just move this layers panel up here so you can see clearer. I'm going to change the blending mode on this to divide to get an interesting effect, and you can see there that that's doing something that's quite interesting. I can change the opacity or the fill of this to get different effects, so that the opacity will affect differently to what you do with the fill effect. So experiment with them by all means. And if the other thing I might do here is just see what it looks like if I flip this particular layer. So if I go to Edit, Transform, and then ask it to, you won't actually see this because it's just outside the video, but trust me, there's a thing that says flip horizontal, and it's only flipping that one layer, of course. So there we go, and you can see quite a dramatic difference it makes there. If this is the effect we want to achieve, I might not want anything over the subject's face there, so I might put a mask on there. So I just need to click the little mask icon. I'll make sure black is my foreground color. I'll get a brush, and that's not a bad size brush. I'll just paint a mask here, and you can see that removes any of the overlying layer that yeah, I could do the whole bird like that, obviously, but some of those effects might look quite good on the bird. So that gives you another clue as to how you might introduce some interesting effects into your image for task 3.